Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Dungeon Bowl. We're in week number 5. We've got game number 2 of the evening of tonight. It's going to be more gobos. Tonight we're going to have, in my opinion, the GOAT versus the Gunner Gitz. Electric Man versus Cobblestorm. We've got Skaven versus Goblins. Cobblestorm says, just one little thing before we start. Demanding death. Let's go. All right, we're gonna get right underway here. We're gonna skip the pregame as the game's scheduled to start right now. Sophiana rooting for the defense. Cease says, welcome back. We never went away. Cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Got an underworld pitch here to this evening with, in my opinion, the GOAT, the home team, Skaven team versus the Goblins of the Gunner Gitz. This is a Division B match. The Gunner Gitz looking to pick up their second win in this competition. In my opinion, the GOAT looking to pick up their second one as well. They could bump, either of these teams could bump all the way up to 4th place with a win here tonight. Properly hydrated now, I am. $11 fan factor for the evening. A decent chunk of change here for the coaches to win. Here's the coin toss. No inducement phase? Or did we miss it? We must have missed the inducement phase. Gunner Gitz win the coin toss, and they're going to choose to be on offense to start. So what do we got here? What do we got here? I don't even know what the TD differential was. It might not have been all that much. Looks like we got nothing. No inducements at all. Oh, they picked up a wizard. Yeah, they picked up a wizard. There it is. So the way these wizards work is you can pick up for 150,000 gold, you can pick up a wizard. You can hire a wizard and he'll hide somewhere in the stands. And once per game, you can have them cast a spell on the opposing team. That will either be a fireball. That'll either be a fireball that affects a 3x3 square. So let's say you target here. Everything in this square has to roll a die on a 4+. They get knocked down, and then they have to roll an armor break as usual. Or it's a zap. A zap can turn one player into a frog. You take their strength, you roll a d6. If you can exceed it, they turn into a frog, which means if they're carrying the ball, they drop it. They have very long legs. They have a strength of 1. I think it's an AV of 5. And if you can break their armor, they're out of the game. So that's another option as well. That could be useful for players that aren't terribly strong, but are very, very, very key to a team. Like we saw on the Necro team, like a werewolf, I think might be a good use of it. I think a war dancer is a good use. Or even like a gutter runner, right? If the goblins, say, had the wizard, using one against a gutter runner would be a great use. So the Skaven players here, they are defined by the 4 gutter runners. Oh, another timeout here. So we're going to have a 7-turn half as we start the game on turn 2. Very deep kick here for the Skaven, or by the Skaven team. Kicks it into the end zone. These 4 gutter runners right here are the stars of the show. Sure, they're only a strength of 2. Sure, they're only an AV of 8, but they are a movement of 9. Super duper fast. Festoon says match ended 2-1. Dwarf's got the turn 16 score. I'll put it in the database. Thank you. All right. So these gutters are so fast, so incredibly fast that they can really get to wherever they want to be. So let's just draw that real quick. Right, we're not even going to be able to draw all of it here, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 with a rush. They can get this far from where they are and all the way back to the end of the screen here. They can go anywhere. They are so fast. Not only are they fast, they're incredibly agile with an edge of 2+ as well. They're like super elves. And if you're not careful, if that ball is not well secured, then one of these blitzers, especially Muhammad Ali here, the killer with block and mighty blow and tackle, can get in on that ball, knock out the ball carrier or knock down the ball carrier, and then a gutter runner can just come in, grab that ball, and probably has plenty of movement left to get far away from you. That's not so trusty patches. Welcome to the stream. Telestrator of Doom. That's right. That's right. We've already killed players tonight. Good 3+ pickup. Scary pickup here as it's on the edge of the pitch. If that would have failed, it was a 3/8 chance that it goes out of bounds and gets thrown back in. Who knows where? Two-die blitz against the journeyman here. Looks like the Skaven team had to pick up 3 journeymen. I think they're okay with that though. Journeymen are your linemen, except they have loner, right? So they have the loner nega trait. For certain teams that have multiple linemen, it's whichever linemen you have that are the 0 to 16 linemen. In other words, every team has a lineman that they can take up to 16 of. Certain teams like Undead have a choice of linemen. In that case, your journeyman can be a choice of either of those. Fireball spent right out of the gate here by the Skaven team. Took out the loony on the fireball. So said, you know what? Your Oligan's there. Your loony's there. I don't want to deal with them. I'm going to spend the fireball right now, and took out the loonies. It doesn't have to worry about that chainsaw loony at all this game. Oh, I forgot to do the prediction. Let me do that. I'll put 5 minutes on the prediction. There we go. Not so trusted patches says good use of the wizard. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I thought that was great. Got rid of that loony that could have caused real havoc for this Skaven team, right? Again, that chainsaw action, that is an armor break with a +3 when you're already mostly AV 8+. That could have been very, very devastating to the Skaven team. You'll see Skaven defenses do this a lot too, especially with a kicker. Either they'll kick the ball deep or they'll kick the ball shallow, and they'll try to go after the ball. If they kick it deep, if the formation is kind of janky, right, where there's not a lot of players protecting the ball, or if they're up against a slow team and they want that slow team to spend a couple of turns getting back up to the line of scrimmage, they can kick it shallow and really apply some early pressure here. Failed the rush after the dodge. Yes, the number 10 journeyman is going to stay on the pitch here. 900%. It's a 1 in 6 chance of failure. See, to do the math, yeah, I understand we all forget. It's fine. So a 1 in 6, right? That's 1 divided by 6. And so if you want to calculate that as a percentage, what you do is you flip it upside down. And so now the 6 becomes a 9, And everybody knows that 6 over 9, or 9 over 1, means you have to add 2 zeros after the 9. So, ipso facto, 900%. Yeah. Once you understand the math, it's easy. Pulling players off the line here to try to protect the ball carrier. The ball carrier is number 8, gonna get RESPECD. Mick Mackey says you explained it better than my math teacher. Train troll over on the right side fails the really stupid roll. He's going to lose his tackle zones. Gonna get mindful. Might stay where he is now due to that failed really stupid roll. Yes, indeed. Turn 3 now for, in my opinion, the GOAT. His math is about as good as his art. Hush you. Gutter runners, especially once they start to get kitted out with skills, can be super duper obnoxious. You get a gutter with big hands, 2 heads. They're really obnoxious. That's the other thing Skaven has access to. They have access to mutations. Heavy pressure on the goblins now. 2 gutters, 2 blitzers on either side of the cage. 3 linemen marking the cage. Here's the blitz. 2-die blitz are gonna get ethical. Gets a pal, 7+ breaks armor with mighty blow. Again, we've seen this a number of times this evening, but a good removal here. Block, tackle, mighty blow. That's how you know that a coach is kitting out a player to be a killer. That is the guy that's going to take all the blitzes in the world all day long to try to remove somebody. If they pick up a 4th skill, it's often frenzy. Claws, yeah, claws. Yep, absolutely. 2-die block against Biskin, the number 8 journeyman. Gets a push. These trained trolls have access to a special action called Projectile Vomit. Very similar to a stab, where they roll it, or a chainsaw, something akin to that, where they do a straight armor break roll, but on a 1, they vomit on themselves, and then they have to roll an armor break against themselves. 2-die blitz against Yesh. Gets the knockdown here. Eats his greens, or has the block skill, gets the knockdown. Bad dog demanding death. I mean, 2 brittle teams. How can we not have death? Now, a 1-die against Pele's a skull, uses the final team reroll into a POW. Breaks armor. Gets a stun. Stuns are kind of a whole lot of nothing for the goblins. Oh, no. Kind of a whole lot of nothing for the goblin team, as this gaming team can catch them very easily. Double skulls on the block against Muhammad Ali. And now the ball carrier in a whole lot of trouble. Turn 4 now for, in my opinion, the GOAT. They only get a push here. They'll re-roll this for sure. Yeah, there's the re-roll. They get the knockdown here. 7+ breaks armor. We'll see where this ball bounces. Breaks armor, gets a stun, bounces to the right. Cobblestorm says, somebody tell the rats they're supposed to go switch, please. Speaking of rats, I never played Vermintide. I never played either of them. I got the impression it was like a Left 4 Dead type game. 2-die blitz against Gonna Get a Job. Gets a push out of this. Michael Jordan, the number 2 gutter runner on the blitz. He's a blodger. Three plus dodge, 3+ pickup if he wants to pick the ball up with Michael Jordan. Two rerolls remaining for the Skaven team. We're gonna go for it. Failed to dodge, but had a free reroll due to the dodge skill. Good pickup now. And now another 3+ to get back to where they were. Spends a reroll. Fails that second dodge. Who recovers the ball? But none other than Pip's Pip. Oh, it's Mike Tyson. So tried to dodge back on the 3+ here, but doesn't get a free reroll. Already spending the dodge reroll in the first dodge. Bad Duck says Michael Jordan took block instead of leap. That's just blasphemy. That's just rewriting history. SB Beaver says at least it wasn't a rush. That's why he's still on the pitch. Not so trusty Patches says Nuffle is laughing. Yeah, I'm not sure what that other dodge was for. Like, it doesn't get you any safer. I guess maybe worried about the troll, but then didn't stand up the journeyman. And Bad Duck says, to be fair, if anyone could recover the ball in a game they weren't even playing in, it would be Pip's Pippy. Yes, indeed. I could have sworn I saw... Yeah, there he is, number 1. I saw Pips on the roster. Where is he? Is he over here? Yeah, he's over in the left wide zone. Turn 5 now for, in my opinion, the GOAT. They've got the ball. They've got the ball on the opposing 16-yard line. Probably looking for a blitz here. Try to blitz away number 6, and then it would be a 3+ dodge to score. Minute 10 left in turn 5 here, for my opinion, to go. They only have one reroll left. Trying to plot out this turn. Oh, they're going to take it with Muhammad Ali, but that means they need to make this dodge here. This will be the final reroll. Oh, failed the dodge. I think, because you only need a push here, I might have just taken that with Pip's Pippy, right? I don't know if I could have made it better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, not really. Well, maybe could... No. Guess could have got lucky. Maybe moved in here for the 2-die. Tiger Woods could have taken the block. If they got the knockdown, they follow up, and that's the assist. But I think I still would have taken it with pips. And now, Mike Tyson, stunned by making friends. The ball's going to bounce. Wait, I thought he was on the 18 already. Well, the ball's on the 18 now. What is that ball made of? Oh, you know, fire. Eats a screen's going to fail a really stupid roll. You fail that roll in a 2+ if you have a teammate beside you to tap you on the shoulder. Otherwise, you fail it on a 4+. Unlike Boneheaded, that always fails on a 2+. Looks like he's going after Beeskin here. He's getting closer. Got it! 3-die block against Beeskin. Breaks armor, or gets the knockdown, no armor break. That is a focused fanatic. Three seconds left in turn 6 for the gunner. Gets 3+ dodge to a 3+ pickup. Ain't no thing for gonna get a job. Ceask says, the ball being made of fire completely ruins the illusion of realism we're usually accustomed to seeing in Blood Bowl. Turn 6 for, in my opinion, the GOAT. Goblin offense has recovered the ball. They're now on their own 10. They only have a couple turns left to score. I don't think they're going to do it. Well, they could do it with Gonna Get a Job. They could do it with Gonna Get a Job. Otherwise, they're going to have to rely on a pass. I think what they're going to do here... Yeah, so I think what they're going to do here is they're going to try to move the troll up along with Gonna Get a Job. And if Gonna Get a Job can get far enough ahead, they might try to run it. Otherwise, they have the passing option. Cobblestorm says, Eats his green has been stupid 3 turns straight and 8-2 blitzes. Is that a record? I'm not sure. But it definitely sucks. I mean, he doesn't have to be stupid. He could open a book. Did I blitz on the ball carrier? Gets just a push out of this. Yeah, he's gonna push him back here for sure. So this is gonna mean that, in my opinion, the GOAT is going to have to probably rely on the throw teammate score to try to win, or try to get on the board here. Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods rolls double skulls against Gonna Get Gooder. And now turn 7 for the Gunner Gitz. I mean, it's funny. Have you no empathy for that poor coach? I certainly do, but it's It's funny. 2-9 block against Pele. Gets the knockdown here due to block. Or he can take it either way if he wants to push out of this. Good armor break, good removal. Got a clan rat out of the game here. C says, but because it's not you rolling the skulls, it's funny. Listen, man, I have 4 players left on my roster from halflings beating me up, and I thought that was funny. 2-9 block against Michael Jordan gets a pal here. We all thought that was funny. So they're going to set up for the throw teammate toss. Yeah, it's the only option available to Gunnar Gitz. They've got to be worried about Yesh. Oh, wait. Could he have actually scored on turn 8? Did he have enough movement? Where was he? Here? Let's just say here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. That must have been where he was. Yeah, so could have scored on the run. Yeah, yeah. Bad Dog says, I hope to provide you with lots of laughs at our match. Yep, I'm going to have a team full of journeymen. It'll be like playing vampires, but without all the cool stuff. Oh no. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on, BB3. C says you playing Ava next B-Dog? Yep, we are playing next. Alright, let's go through this rigmarole. Yep. Yep, okay, great. Let's launch the game again. This, I find this so annoying. This like weird. Like if I'm already logged in, what? Who cares? Like just let me log in again. I gave you my credentials. All right. Three dive block against BB Nut himself, playing for, in my opinion, the GOAT. Can't break his armor. Nightbot's message is unrelated to when ads are. It's just on a timer. Although that's a great idea. I'm going to write that down. They should be related to ads, and I will do that. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, oh, not back in time for the start. Welcome to the stream. Were you taking out the trash that whole time? Do you live in a mansion? 2-9 block against Wink. Oh, come on, Blood Bowl! Get out of here! Yeah, it's true, C's. Mr. Rocker Cracker says, I was changing the litter box, taking out the trash and garbage, dropping the kids off the pool. Gotcha. Yes, I got it. I figured it out. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. This sure is fun. All right. Okay, here we go. Exactly the content we came here for, yeah. Hey, something's happened. All right. It looks like nothing's happened. All right, there we go. 0-0 at the end of the half. Great. I wonder... That can't be the case, can it? I wonder. I bet you what happens with stuff like that, I bet you it's not Blood Bowl. I bet you it's not the Blood Bowl servers. I bet you it's a peer-to-peer connection. So one of the two coaches is hosting, and then my connection to the host is disconnecting. I bet you that's what's happening. But why it kicks me out into this like offline mode, I don't know. Maybe it is the server, I don't know. Moob says I'm playing a game right now, it's very laggy. All right, so it's gotta be this, well, it doesn't have to be, but likely to be the server then. Gunner gets back, I'm not repeating the joke. Gunner gets back up to 2 rerolls here. Weren't able to score on their half, but they held the Skaven and prevented them from scoring. So now the Skaven team's going to have the ball, and it's going to be tough. Oh my God. Oh. You know what I like about the least about this modal window? Is that it's telling me, it's implying I'm the problem. It's like, verify your internet connection. No, Blood Bowl 3, why don't you verify your internet connection? Cobblestone says, should we pause? No. You just keep playing. Oh, man. Yeah, it did, but you can't get rid of the modal, like you can't close it. Do you think it's like a heartbeat that fails? Like I'm still connected? Or maybe that's what it is? I don't know. Like, I can't imagine, although I could be wrong, I can't imagine the whole game's running through a server. Like, but I guess it is. But then, I don't know. C says it is. Yeah. What could possibly happen when you do that? Surely not weird connection issues. All right, in my opinion, the GOAT on offense. The ball kicked to the 16-yard line. 3 on the line for the offense, 5 for the defense. The defense screening out these Skaven players, as you must do. They are so incredibly fast. I mean, that's got to be what it is. You know what I should do? I should do one of these where I just watch, like there's an unstreamed game, but I watch it and then just watch the traffic, you know, and just see what's going on. Iron Cynic says, can we all just acknowledge that everything everywhere has turned to shit since 2020? Mr. Rocker Cracker says, okay, Neville, please work so I can stop with the bad jokes. That's it. That's all he said. In my opinion, the GOAT caging up on their own 2-yard line just inside the right wide zone. C says fire up Wireshark or TCP dump and see the sheer amount of shit it transfers. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just watch the traffic and see what goes on. If I get lucky, quote unquote lucky, but if I get lucky, I see the disconnects and then I can see what's actually failing. Two-die blitz on the left side, gets a knockdown here. Now 2-die block against Gonna Get Clausy. Gets a dodge push out of this. Number 11 Journeyman on the block. Shamestone says, we need to see a goblin use a missile into that cage. Really fun idea in new season. Wait, what? Goblins have missiles? Are you kidding? What's Bullseye do? Wait, they didn't encrypt it? Are you... what? What's to stop me from just deciding that... wait, what? So if they didn't encrypt that, then I guess they're relying on... are the die rolls on the server then? Like, what? What's... what? Mr. Rocker Crocker says, on a throw teammate, if the result is superb, your player does not scatter. Oh, wow. Yeah, but I guess they're relying on the die rolls being on the server side. Like what would stop me? I mean, I guess it's got to be that. I guess there's no. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's no reason to encrypt it in that case. I guess. But then you've just got to rely on all this back and forth. Like, I would have thought, not, you know, I mean, there's a million ways to write something, right? But, like, to me, the traffic would be encrypted and a seed would be delivered to both clients. And then that way the die rolls are always in sync. And then the clients are just rolling the dice. You know what I mean? Mr. Rocker Crocker said in BB2 weren't all the rolls pre-generated so you could get in and find the results to know when to stop rolling before the double ones? I don't know, but I think I heard from El Nuberino that die rolls were messed up either in Blood Bowl 1 or early Blood Bowl 2. C said if the seed is no client side, you'd be able to predict it. Not with a ratchet. Two-die block against gonna get Clausy. He gets a POW here. Eight seconds to go in turn 10 for, in my opinion, the GOAT. They're gonna move. They're moving, so they're moving the ball downfield early here. So they're on the opposing 16-yard line. Fair enough. Bad Dog says, no, my channel points. Good action order here by Electric Span. Getting late into the turn and now actioning the Journeyman. Wow. This was a free movement, so might have been waiting to see how this this number 8 action dodge went before moving number 11. Turn 10 now for the Goner Gitz. I don't even know what the predictions are. Let's see. Oh no, failed rush. Oh, takes a mark on number 1. Pips Pippi, the ball carrier right now. So most votes for Skaven by 2. 61% on Skaven by 2, 23% on Skaven by 1. 16% for Goblins by 1. The models are nice. I honestly think they've done a really good job with Blood Bowl 3 on the whole. Like, yeah, it released in a state, but they did a lot of work to fix it. I think Blood Bowl 3 is better than Blood Bowl 2 was at the end of Blood Bowl 2's life. And I'm not like I hate the word microtransaction because it's that word has been usurped to mean something that it's supposed to mean. But I don't like microtransactions so much, but I do like how you can kind of kit bash your players like you would in the tabletop game. I think that's neat. Failed dodge, tried to get in on the blitz here. Gonna get that bread. Falls to the ground. And now turn 11 for, in my opinion, the GOATs. They're under some heavy pressure here. Might just score. Can they be safe over here? Not really. C says, go look at the network traffic and tell me they've done a good job with the replay files. Yeah, I haven't looked at any of that. Yeah, early score here, so in my opinion, the GOAT gets on the board. They're going to take the lead 1-0, but they're going to give ample time to this Goblin team to try to tie this ball game up. Like, I like how we have lots of different pitches. I think there's a lot of graphic design work that's gone into this, not just with the models that look great, but I think the icons are just better. I know, at least early in Blood Bowl 3's life, people wanted the old Blood Bowl 2 icons, but I think these icons are better. I think the UI makes more sense. I know people have trouble with it, and I get those complaints. But I think they've done a lot of good engineering work. I think they've done a lot of good UX work, a lot of good graphic design work. It's clear to me that Cyanide cares about the game, you know. So I appreciate that. Yeah, there's a lot of problems, but I don't know how much of that is, like, I hesitate to call that incompetency. Maybe it is, but it's probably a mix of factors. Like, I imagine they're under intense pressure from their publisher, who's probably under pressure from GW, right? They probably have, well, they definitely have a bottom line, so maybe their team isn't that big. I don't know. Moop says, please, Cyanide, please show the weather effects when using the default pitch. Do you mean, what is the pitch button? P. You mean if I do that, you don't see the weather? Here's the kick. Brilliant coaching. So in my opinion, the GOAT's going to pick up an extra reroll here. They're up to 4. Goner Gitz now with no rerolls remaining on turn 11, trying to tie this ball game up. Oh, wow. That's unfortunate. A weather icon would be good too, yeah. I think the weather effects are neat, but also just an icon that clearly delineates it. I know they've stuck it here, and I think that's fine, but still. Yeah, I actually don't like how it saves. I wish there was an option to save the state or not, because I'll turn on like red versus blue, and I'll forget to turn it off. And then, like, for the next game, I gotta sit through an intro that's red versus blue. And I'm like, oh man, like, those coaches designed their uniforms, and I want to show them off, but I forgot to turn off red versus blue. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, I've seen people choose to receive, go for the pickup, fail when hitting the agility roll spot on, and then go, if I knew it was raining, I would have kicked. Yeah, I mean, that makes complete sense to me. Oob says, I've been caught by a surprise 3+ rush before in the snow. Yeah, I get it. Foul by the hooligan, doesn't get anything out of this. Boop says, overall, I'm very pleased with Blood Bowl 3 giving a place to play online, but there are some real quality of life improvements that could still be implemented. Absolutely. I completely agree with that. I'm very grateful for Blood Bowl 3. I also think the team has done a great job, all things considered. And I also agree that there are still a whole lot of improvements that can be done. And not just quality of life improvements. Like, there are, for example, this networking issue, this is clearly an engineering issue. And it's persisted, right? It's been around a while. That could be fixed. It's better than nothing. I'm saying I'm glad we have it. And I think the team genuinely cares about the game. And I'm very appreciative for their work. I mean, they fixed a lot of stuff between when the game released and even a year later. I mean, for all I know, it could be a team of 5 people. I don't know. Move says, I didn't play Blood Bowl 2. That was before my time. I've seen some streams of it, though, and I find it very odd when people say they prefer those graphics over Blood Bowl 3. Yeah, I think it's just people are resistant to change. Like, you learn a thing that you don't really want to learn, right? Like an interface. And so you finally figure it out, and then it changes, and you're like, stop changing things. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to have to relearn that stuff all over again. I liked the Blood Bowl 3 icons right from the jump. I'm pretty sure, maybe I'm making this up, but I'm pretty sure in early Blood Bowl 3, people had mods to change the icons to the Blood Bowl 2 icons. Sure, yeah, that's true, Cease. And I would not tell anyone I would not tell anyone to like appreciate what they have, because it's a patronage, right? Like, you are paying money for something. So if that is not satisfactory, I think if you don't find that satisfactory, I think it's totally fine to hold that opinion. Move says, I've seen people with those modded icons. Okay, yes, I didn't make it up. Iron Cynic says, the Venn diagram of programmers and the more serious Blood Bowl players does not overlap that much. C says there's a streamer who still uses the BB2 icons. If it works for him, that's good. 2 die blitz over in the left wide zone. Gets a push out of this against Muhammad Ali. Mr. Rocker Crocker says it's why the NAF website is still such a mess. The NAF website, again, the NAF is an organization I tremendously appreciate. But holy smokes, man. I can't, like, I'm not an artist, so I can't make it better. But when I say artist, I incorporate, or I include, like, graphic designers in there. But man, I can't. I just can't with that website. But I do very much appreciate that it exists and all the work that goes in there. Like very much appreciate those guys. Move says can't make it better. Probably couldn't make it look worse either. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they are important, and I do appreciate what they do. But I just can't. I can't with the website. 35 seconds left here in turn 13 for, in my opinion, the GOAT. They've got a ton of rerolls. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, flip side is improving the site has become something of a meme campaign promise for anyone running for an elected NAF position. Good removal here by the Goddard Gitz. Get rid of another lineman. Every little bit counts, but really, they're really focused on these gutter runners, I think, and the blitzers. C says, I've not seen the website, but I have visions of a UI designed by a programmer. Probably. Probably. Connor gets with a quarter to get in the end zone. Slowly depleting these Skaven players. And now open up a big lane here down center pitch, right? So they can move this ball down here, cage up right here, and have all of the movement options in the world. Iron Cynic says, doesn't the game's development show that the bugs introduced at new seasons show that the programmers don't really get how the mechanics of the game work? They're bad at their job. They aren't malicious. It's just minutia of a game they haven't really played. I'm not sure that's true. It could very well be true. But I can certainly imagine a situation where maybe you built a game playing... I'm going to use the word engine, but don't confuse it with like a game engine. But like a game playing engine where you feed it rules and then it spits out sort of your mechanics. Or rather, you feed it mechanics and it sort of spits out your rules. And so maybe when like a new rule is introduced, it doesn't jive with kind of how the system works. Like I could see a situation like that. It could just be the order of operations, right? Like maybe the rule is implemented properly, but it's, I don't know, maybe it's relying on, for the sake of argument, it's relying on moves remaining to be 0, but then something gets introduced that increases that number, and now it's confused and doesn't know what to do, you know? You could argue that's a bad engineering problem, and you wouldn't be wrong, but software is so complicated that you just have tons of that all the time. Right. It's a complex game with a lot of weird rule interactions. That, you know, to be fair, sometimes, or not even sometimes, often we don't even know what those interactions are in the tabletop game. We've got to wait for an FAQ ruling. Or just make it up ourselves. Two-die blitz against Gonna Get Healthy. We'll see if that's true. Looks like it will be. It's just going to be a push here. Plus, I honestly think, it seems counterintuitive, but I honestly think it's much more difficult to program a video game version of a tabletop game, meaning that it's the tabletop game in video game form. And that's because in a non-tabletop video game, like Street Fighter or whatever, Final Fantasy, if something goes awry, it's much easier to hide that fact, right? To sort of self-correct, to say, okay, if this gets out of whack, just reset it. The user's not going to know, right? Whereas in this, where all of the rules are laid bare, anything that doesn't work is readily apparent. Connor gets with 3 turns left. Looks like they're going to be able to continue to move this cage. They just need to push Michael Jordan out of the way. Three-die block gets Michael Jordan, gets the knockdown this time. Ball free to move once more. We'll probably get to, let's call it the 16. Wait, not moving forward here. Doesn't want to be forced to score early, maybe? Certainly don't want to score early against Skaven. That is super scary. With just 2 pushes on a rookie gutter runner, they could score in 1 turn. Turn 15 now for, in my opinion, the GOAT. See, that's when I have spare time and no will to live. I'll continue my examinations of the network protocol and replays. I'd be interested to know what you find. Taking one for the team. Wait, that can't... Are you serious? That can't... What? You're telling me logging in is in the clear? Well, that's just not right. That's just plain wrong. Mr. Rocker Crocker says, somebody want to jump into my account and play enough games to get my blood pass to 50 then? 1 die blitz against gonna get a shot. Gets a dodge push out of this. BB Nut on the blitz. Oh, wow. In my opinion, the GOAT on the bonus clock here. 2 die block against gonna get gooder to get a push out of this. I don't think I've completed a single blood pass. Oh, come on! I didn't mean it, Blood Bowl! I've completed them all, I promise you! Oh, man. Blood Bowl is a fickle mistress. Great. Great. Connor Gitz. Wait, I thought the Connor Gitz were on offense. Oh, they weren't on offense to start. That's why. Ball in the hands of number 8, gonna get RESPECD. Moves the ball up to the opposing 16-yard line over in the right wide zone. Doesn't have block, does have dodge. Now the Hooligan gonna try to protect the ball carrier from the rear. Two-die block against Pips Pippy. This works out due to tackle. You can't keep Pips down though. Yeah, you can't. Come on, it's Pips. It's Rat Pips. Oh no, failed the rush to try to cover the ball carrier on the left side. Turn 16 for, in my opinion, the GOAT. They have an opportunity here to try to win this game. Plenty of rerolls remaining. I appreciate you, Mr. Rocker Crocker. Did I say the left side? Two plus dodge to a mark on the ball carrier. Now it'll be a 2-die blitz by probably Michael Jordan. It's got to be a 3+ dodge away, but he doesn't get a free reroll due to being marked by Gonna Get Healthy. Doesn't need it. 2-die blitz. Oh, failed the rush. It's always the rush. Oh, it's always the rush. Turn 16 for the Gunner Gitz. Wow. A blitz on BB Nut to score. Three-die blitz coming up by Gonna Get Ethical. Oh no, he's gonna. Oh yeah, of course he's got the block player. Gets a pal here. Block tackle player. Perfect. Well done. That frees up the ball carrier to score. Dances into the end zone. Very well done by Cobblestorm. This one ends 1-1. Wow, failed the double rush. Oh, it's 900% for the win. That's right. Oh boy. Well played game by both coaches. That was a lot of fun. Lots of stunty tonight. This one ends in a draw, 1-1. And with that, the teams will pick up a draw here in Division B. This is the Believe Broncos division, the current Chaos Cup and Spike Magazine Trophy champions. They're looking to become the new Dungeonbowl champions as well. My points. Oh yeah, let me do that. Let me pay out the predictions before I forget. There it is. All right, let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. All right, I think that is all we have scheduled this week. It is a holiday weekend here in the United States, so we won't be streaming. We won't be streaming on Wednesday or Thursday or. No, that's it. Wednesday or Thursday. One more game left to be scheduled, though. And when that game gets scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to that schedule on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.club. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky X and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. And, oh, you know what? I keep forgetting to add the Discord link to the sign-off. And there's a link to our Discord in chat. You can come hang out with us. We have dedicated channels for our schedule, for the current standings. We have a forum to talk shop. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of great coaches. You can come hang out. You can even ask to sign up for our next competition. You don't even have to ask. When our next competition starts, you'll be able to sign up and play with us if you like. We'd love to have you. I love this game. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Everyone should play Blood Bowl. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store until week 6 or until that final game gets scheduled. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. We'll see you back here for some more Blood Bowl in a few days. So have a good night, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening.